Hey guys, welcome back. Today's vlog is going to be another Star Wars related memory, and this one goes all the way back to the year 1997. I can remember it pretty clearly. I was sitting at home watching something on TV. It may have even been a Little House on the Prairie rerun or even the evening news. But then a commercial came up. A commercial that drove me absolutely out of my mind.
For an entire generation, people have experienced Star Wars the only way it's been possible, on the TV screen. But if you'd only seen it this way, you haven't seen it at all.
And an X-Wing burst out of the TV screen, and the announcement was made that they were re-releasing Star Wars Episodes 4, 5, and 6 in theaters. I must have screamed because my parents later chewed me out for being so noisy, and I went absolutely nuts. At first they didn't believe me, they thought I was losing it. Then the commercial came on again, my dad saw it and he's like, ooh, this might be a fun family outing. Now, by that point, I was definitely a very strong Star Wars fan. I begged my parents to rent it every single time we went to the video store. They only obliged me about 4 times. But I was seriously into it. I would pick up my dad's Story of Star Wars booklet and read it pretty much on a daily basis and listen to the records any chance I got. But that was my strongest exposure to Star Wars at that point. I was born in 1986, which means there was no possible way for me to see Star Wars in the theater, or so I thought. Then the special editions came out. After a lot of pleading with Mom, who was always worried about finances, we were able to go to the local theater, and we had to pick just one of the special editions to see in the theater. The others would have to wait until they came out on VHS tape. Oh well. So the family took a vote. My immediate vote was Return of the Jedi because I was hardcore into Ewoks at that point. I still love Ewoks, as I told you during my last memory. But I was outvoted. My brother and my sister voted for The Empire Strikes Back. I didn't like Empire at that point. I would hide behind the couch every time Darth Vader came on screen because I saw Luke lose his hand once. That was enough. I was traumatized. I didn't want to see it anymore. I hated seeing Luke getting hurt, and I hated the sad, cliffhangery ending. So I wasn't that happy. I sort of marched into the theater a little bit dejected, but it was like, okay, hey, we're seeing Star Wars. So we got our popcorn and got into the theater. There were some rather noisy people participating in the previews that were on the screen. And we were munching our popcorn, and I was trying to, cheer up a little bit. At least I was seeing Star Wars in the theater. That's better than nothing, right? And then the lights go dark. And then I hear the brum-bum, brum-bum, brum-bum of the Fox logo, and I was sort of bracing myself against the arms, and then a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, and then bang! The main theme bursts. I jump about a foot in the air and make a couple people stare at me and go, shh, because I was so stinking excited. I was shaking for the entire opening crawl. The movie sucked me in. Of course, I covered my eyes when the duel with Darth Vader was going on, but I came out of the theater incredibly pumped. I was like, let's see the others now, and Dad's like, sorry, honey, we can't afford it, and it was like, oh, man. And I believe with the re-release, they stayed in the theaters for about, oh gosh, it seemed like a long time. It was months. So, yeah, we got home, and I was hyped. From that point on, I didn't I wasn't just a casual Star Wars fan. I was hardcore. I memorized lines. I wanted to make a costume, which my mom thought it was crazy for because it was Luke. Oh my gosh, I started really getting into the story. It was only then, seeing in the theater, that it finally clicked. Oh my gosh, Darth Vader is Luke's father? Up until that point, I hadn't paid that much attention to it because I was afraid of the duel. It was pretty much life-changing for me. And when they came out on VHS tape, it was rent them again and watch them over and over and over, and you get the picture, right? I saw them from that point forward about once every 2 years, which was fine with me because I started memorizing lines, and then the prequels were announced, and I was getting more excited than ever and just going nuts over this movie series. Now you guys may be wondering what I thought of the changes, but give me a break. I was 10 going on 11 years old. I didn't care. I kind of liked it actually at that point. My dad liked it at first, so I figured, hey, if Dad likes it, it's good enough for me. That's my memory of when the special editions came out in the theater. It's still one of my most cherished family memories. It was amazing, and I do sort of wish that we'd had enough money to see 4, 5, and 6 all in the theater, all on the same day, or at least in the same weekend, but it just didn't work out that way. To this day, the only Star Wars film I cannot recall for the life of me actually seeing in the theater is Episode 6. Recently, I was able to see Episode 4 in the theater, and even though it was the special edition, it was so nice. I'm a completionist, so I went to see Episode 6 in a theater somehow, somewhere. Maybe a theater will have a mega marathon leading up to Episode 9. I can only hope. But that's about the only way at this point. So that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more G-rated Star Wars content, go ahead and click that little subscription button down below. Don't forget to check out the links in the description box for information on how you can help keep this channel going. Yes, I still need help. Question of the day. Do you remember when the special editions came out in the theater, and regardless of how you felt about the changes, or whether or not you had seen them before, how did it feel to see Star Wars on the big screen either again or, better yet, for the first time like I did? Go ahead and post a comment. So, I will see everybody on Friday, and until then, God bless and may the Force be with you. Always. Bye.